Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tom Rosano, and this is the Affiliate Party Podcast. Today is Wednesday, September the 9th. We are coming to you live from the great city of Atlanta, Georgia. Today, we are going to talk about how many mental roadblocks you have placed in your life, in your business, in whatever. Now, close your eyes and think to yourself, have you ever wanted to do something and then you just sat there, and then you sat there and you sat there some more, and you convinced yourself, you talked yourself out of doing whatever you had the idea of doing because you told yourself, I can't do it, it's too much, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, anything like that. We've all been through that before. Sometimes it's not for me, it's not the business, it's not the online business, the digital marketing business that's the hard thing. For me, I don't know about you, but for me, the battle within myself is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. The challenge to say, shut up inside, shut up voice inside. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to make this thing work, and this thing is going to be a success. Sometimes that is harder than sometimes that is more difficult than the actual doing the business, because you can learn this stuff and you can apply this stuff that you learn. That's not the problem. The problem is telling yourself, I can do it. I'm good enough to do this. I am great. I can do this, You don't need a lot of outside motivation, People say, you got to motivate, Motivation is great and everything like that, but motivation goes away. And at the end of the day, it's you and it's the roadblocks that you have placed in front of yourself. It's like this book I read by Steven Pressfield. I read this book, and it was talking about how you have resistance in your body. And at first I was like, this is kind of bullshit, but it's true. Because when I first started my affiliate marketing, I used to say I wanted to be a writer, too, as well. I want to write, Not that I want to write. I am a writer now, I've gotten paid, so I'm a paid writer. So at first, when I wanted to write something, I was like, am I good enough to do this? Who am I to write? Blah, 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 blah. But it's like, no. I had to fight the resistance. It took me a good 6 months, I would sit there some days, I'll be at home, it'd be a Saturday afternoon, 12 o'clock, I'll sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write this. I would mess around. Before I knew it, it's 6 o'clock. My wife's home, she's like, you ready to go to the movies? I'm like, great, let's go to the movies, okay? Because I was just resistant to write, and it got to the point where I said, you know what? I try to listen to all these motivational stuff, and motivation is very fleeting, It's great and all, don't get me wrong. Listening to the tapes, it helped, get some stuff going, but at the end of the day, I said, you know what? Fuck this. It's about me. I gotta do this, It's like, I want to write. So I'm gonna be a writer, It's like, who am I? I'm great. I'm great. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't need validation from anybody, this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, greatness is already within all of us, And we just have to, sometimes you just have to have a reminder to yourself that, hey man, I'm great. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like when you're born, nobody's born to be anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, this guy, some people are more natural at other things than you might be, but it doesn't matter. If you keep going with whatever you want to do and you just keep going, you can get better at it. You can get good at it, and then you can get great at it. You know what I mean? But we have to do it. You have to knock down those mental roadblocks. And it's tough. And don't get me wrong, it's tough. It's tough, but at the end of the day, these mental roadblocks, sometimes but drive around them, drive over them, but do what you got to do to get through them. I know even now, even sometimes today, I'm just like, why am I here? Why am I trying to do this? Who am I? Who do I think I am? Why do I want to do this? This, that, and the other. I still have these battles. Not as big as I used to. 2 years ago, these was like Godzilla and King Kong coming towards each other, battling for the inner voice inside of me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know that might sound kooky or whatever, but it's true. You know, these mental roadblocks are tough because sometimes you just put them out. You put them out for yourself. It's not, you know, people around you. You know, because people around you, it's whatever. You know, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. You know what I mean? I love my wife to death, but I don't. You know, she's gonna love me regardless. So, you know, if I drive trucks, if I write 20 novels, you know, she's gonna love me anyway. That shit don't matter to her. You know what I'm saying? It's for me. You know, the writing, the affiliate marketing, the entrepreneur. It's for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what I want to do. So I have to overcome the mental roadblocks. You have to overcome the mental roadblocks. We got to overcome these mental roadblocks, and we all got them. You know. So don't be ashamed if you do have them. Don't be ashamed if you got them now. Just think to yourself, what can I do to get around these mental roadblocks, blow them up, get them out of the way so I can get on to do the greatness that I already have within myself, you know. Now listen, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm definitely not one, but that is what I know. That is what I believe. That is the thoughts that I have. Mental roadblocks, we can all crush them. We can all knock them out the park. I want the same thing. I want you to overcome the hurdles just like I'm overcoming. And these hurdles are always going to pop up, you know. But they won't be as big as they used to be. Especially when you get going, you get good at something that you know. You're like, okay, I can jump over that easily. You know what I mean? So just think about your mental roadblocks. Think about what you can do to get out of your own head sometimes, you know. Sometimes the biggest fight is the battle within yourself. Win that battle, you know. Write your goals down. We talked about that. Write your goals down. I mean, even if you have to write, you know, what fears you have, you know, and write what can you do to overcome those fears. We all have fears, you know, no matter who you are, no matter what, you know. No matter, you know, from the president to, you know, Queen of England, all of us, we all have fears. Some of us have fears, but if you have fears, overcome those fears, tackle them, you know. And the best thing to do about fear is fight it, you know. And it's just like public speaking. I used to have a fear of public speaking, but here I am, flapping these gums into this podcast, you know. And now, you know, I'm more comfortable speaking, you know. Now when I'm more comfortable with it, you know. So we all have little things that we just have to overcome. So I know this podcast is, you know, I know this is about affiliate marketing, but sometimes, you know, the mental aspect of anything, you know, especially when you're trying to start something new, start a business, sustain a business. I mean, trying to be an entrepreneur, trying to be your own, you know, in charge of yourself, you know, in charge of your life. You have to, you know, have your mental game has to be sharp as well, you know. Physical game, mental game, everything has to be on point. So I hope this helps. That's it for today. Coming back tomorrow with another hard-hitting podcast. Tomorrow we'll probably talk about affiliate marketing, but as I say every week, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. This podcast is rocking and rolling. Hope you're enjoying the podcast. Gonna get this thing cranked up, you know. Eventually we'll start getting some guests. You know, maybe you want to be a guest. I don't know. But anyway, hope you enjoy the podcast. Overcome those mental roadblocks. If you have fears, write them down. Write down your goals, as I said the other day. Just, you know, any kind of thoughts you have, write them down. Take all that stuff out of your brain and write down your ideas, write down your thoughts, your dreams, everything. Write them down. Look at them. You know? And just, you know, you got to, you know, start this business, make it sustainable, you know. You got to get a little selfish, all right? You got to start thinking about yourself, you know. Cut that TV off for 30 minutes a day and give you be in your own thoughts, all right? All right. I hope this helps. My name is Tony Rizzano. This is the Affiliate Party Podcast, and we will talk to you tomorrow. And as always, peace, everybody.